you enter here, and then you come down this long hallway. I played around a lot with trying to get the ceiling to kind of match the inside of that floor color, but that's fun to do.
That's
And then,
amazing.
uh, yeah, it doesn't really show out quite as much. I think I want to do a little more red into the floor, the purple under the floor. And then you come down here, then you
Is
come,
that grass that you've turned red?
yeah, yeah, that's grass. Yep. Then we come into this room, and then we see a sculpture.
Whoop.
It's been fun to work on. I've been playing around with making the inside part. I don't know if you can see it very well, but
No, this is beautiful. What's inside?
yeah, it's got this kind of, I don't even know what the texture. It's some industrial something or other. And
Well, it looks like a aventurine that has gone gray instead of green, opaque.
uh-huh. Let's see what it looks like from here. I just was doing this last night. Well, anyway, that's not so great. How about there? No, it's so great. It's pretty much from here. Um, let's see. So I played around a lot with getting those blocks, trying to work out a kind of precarious yet stable enough to hold this setup. But anyway, you know, you just always learn stuff the more you play around with it. Um, let's see here. Alt F6, uh, object. Where's object? Object, and I think, I think, um, oh boy, I think it's O sculpt, OSCUL.
I think it's a good idea to write down. I'll make it a practice because I forget every time.
Yeah, to enter. Okay, yes, one of them at least. So let's play around a little with the color of the inside thing. Oh, it's not wanting. Let's see. Whoops.
Oh, okay.
See that thing?
Yeah. That's the other sculpture, right?
Yeah. Well, no, it's an object. Okay, I'm trying to get no back to yes here. Yes. There we go. And so uh let me play around with the blue a little bit. It's not happy doing that. Let's try the green. A little bit, right? Can you guys see
Is
the
the alpha
inside?
on? I think it's
Oh
because
yeah, you know what? I'll put the alpha down. There we go. Make it a lot more solid. We'll put a little red into it, and that way maybe we'll be able to see it a little better. So I'm playing around with this gargantuan thing that I have in the middle. I kind of think that looks kind of cool. That's kind of bizarre, right?
yeah.
Can't really make it out, you know? But I'll show you by scaling it what this object really is. It's it's this huge thing.
Mhm.
It's like a bridge or a crane or something. So I just played around with the scale of it. But I kind of like that you can't really tell at all what it is.
It looks kind of ghostly.
Yeah, yeah, right? And if I do the alpha, it even looks a little kind of creepier. Let's see. Let's do the, let me get it a little. Whoa, there it is. Hello. I have no idea what I just hit there, but oh, I turned
Wow.
scale. Yeah, I turned scale to, scale keeps wanting to turn off. So let's turn it back on.
Did you make that thing, Grant?
I had one in the backyard, and I just brought it in. No, I got this on the gosh, this is being very finicky.
Oh yes, it just turned to yes, yes, yes.
Ay, very finicky. It's in the objects, Hans. But if you saw my house, you would know that I could actually have one of these lying around. Let's see, we got.
So you got a big house.
No, we just have a lot of stuff. Oh my gosh.
So you're waiting for American pickers to come?
Oh boy, would that would be the best day of my life. Oh, now I lost it. So
Canadian
anyway,
pickers, Kevin.
What'd you say, Hans?
Canadian pickers.
Okay, yeah.
anyway, I lost it here. So let me go out. So I am not saving. So I'm going to do Alt F6. And I am out of there. Escape. Yes. Whoops. Okay. So let me just try.
So is that basically your own creation, not really messing with the sculpture kit thing?
Right. It's using objects. It's not really using sculptures.
Well, what I mean is like you just started a new orb, a new
Yes.
a
Yeah.
new thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll show you. Let me see if I can. Oh, see. So Windows closed out. Let me just open Windows. I'll just show you the orb real quick. Is my volume okay? Because sometimes apparently my volume's not good.
It's
Sounds good.
Thanks. We're okay. Hopefully all those changes I made. Oh, here it is. Now, let me do tilde, Alt Tab, and share screen. Share screen. And share. Are you guys seeing that now?
Not yet.
no.
Okay.
There we go.
Yep.
Okay. I'm getting spinning things. So this was the original sculpture. So I was playing around with that huge thing. I shrunk it down and I made it kind of invisible. And just then the other thing is just a girder. I believe these are all under structure
Girder.
or girder or building or yeah. And so then there's a hallway here. And I was playing around with how to make a right turn in hallways, which end to make the double end. And
I like the
then,
colors.
thanks. Yeah, that was all playing around with F6. And then there's another one, I think, that goes over here, another passageway. Yeah, there's a passageway here. And then, so the, this is what it looks like. So X.
You've done a lot of work, Grant.
Well, you know, it was like kind of a practice thing because I was mostly practicing how to do the doors in the hallways. And then sculpture came up and I was like, okay, let's try to put a sculpture there. So I'm going to try to add a portal to go to a skybox somewhere. And I don't know why I'm getting a spinning arrow, but I'm just going to center. Okay, so there's what it looks like. But so just
Ew.
that hallway was interesting because I wanted to make it, and then I wanted to make it connect in the middle. So like how to do that, then that had to be a separate domain. That had to be separate. But I do have one little glitch. I don't know if you can see this hallway, this room right here is got a little elbow in it, so it's not perfectly done. Can you see that?
Yes.
Like you're
Yeah.
saying, it's not a rectangle.
Right, right. It's got a little bit of an L shape to it. So I've
Is it-
been wondering how stable that's actually going to be.
Has it presented a problem yet?
Not yet.
Oh,
No.
good.
Yeah.
No, but I was told a couple of times by Fred and by Claude because I ended up making these L-shaped corridors.
Yeah.
So Claude actually put a diagonal line in there.
Yeah.
What
But
did he say, Olga?
He said it might not be stable.
Oh, okay.
right. So yeah, I'm going to work on trying to get that into a little bit better configuration.
But this is so balanced. It is so crazy, but so balanced.
Yeah, it's really fun playing with F6 on the rooms because then you have your floor, you can do your domain with F6. I didn't have any success with F6 on the R boxes. Has anybody else found that? I didn't find that I could change R boxes by using F6.
No, I haven't tried that, but
Yeah.
maybe if you put under the R box, you put a ID name. That
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you
Yeah,
did. Okay, yeah, I
I
haven't
tried
tried.
an ID name and I tried playing around with the color of it and the size. But I could have been, I might have, you know what, I'll have to try it again, but I just didn't know if anybody else had tried that.
What about maybe making an RC slant or a wedge, but making it like a box?
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I actually have, the Blueline manual has instructions on how to do that. That's one thing that's pretty well delineated, how to do an RC slant. You change a couple of the coordinates in the points screen or something. I did one a while back. I just followed what was written in the book. Do you still have the original book, or did you download it from Etsy?
I don't have it.
Oh, okay. It is on Etsy also.
Right.
Yeah.
Is it pretty useful?
Well, I separated out certain sections. I haven't gone back to it since I actually built that. I don't know if you guys remember the ramp that I had going up at that jumping maze thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I built using the Blueline manual.
Does it have like O tag and O switch and stuff like that in it?
Well, here it is. I got one back in 2013, so that's why I think that it's a little bit tricky because things have changed a lot, right?
Yeah.
Claude said. So I haven't gone through and found, I wouldn't have known what I was looking for with an O tag at that point. So I'll go back through and I'll maybe put something up about what's in there. I'm sure it's in there, but you know, how useful it is to us, I don't know. You know what I mean? It seems like using R6 now, F6 is now like being pretty emphasized with the sculpture, right? I mean, it's such a nice way to work. Yeah. Which I don't think that was part of blue lining back in whenever we were doing it before.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway,
Thank you.
hey, the
Um,
sculptures are fun. It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can take an object and just start playing around with it. And it's weird what they can turn into.
So I guess the sculpting kit from Etsy helps you get going on that, right?
Yeah, yeah, and that
Is it-
too. I want to start playing with that too.
Is there instructions with it?
Gorby put out a video just this week about how to use it.
On YouTube, I guess.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were all those objects from the sculpt kit, or are they from other things that you got? All those objects that you got?
You know, Kevin, that's a great question. And I just have downloaded everything. I can't tell which
So basically, you've only gotten stuff from Etsy, though, right?
I've only gotten stuff from Etsy. Yeah.
Okay.
So whatever's on Etsy, I've downloaded.
Okay.
Yeah. I think some of those might be, there's one that says medieval castle parts or something like that, or castle or walls or something. I got that one
It's
too.
called medieval castles.
Yeah. That might have a lot of rocks and stuff, which are fun. So Alka, what do you want to show us how your work is going, or is
It's
now
not
not a good
moved
time?
any further. I mean, I
Okay.
can show what I have. I made a few R boxes, but there's nothing substantial that I've achieved, but I'd still like to open it and show.
Sure. I wonder if Fred's internet is having problems.
can you hear me? My dogs just ran over my cord.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the YouTube video on the culture. It's about 31 minutes.
My body's well-being.
Thanks, Jazz.
How do you find that on YouTube anyway?
If you just click on the chat, it should open up a window for you.
Oh, okay. You put it in the chat.
Yeah, and then just pause it. Otherwise,
Thank you. Yeah, right. No, I didn't know it was up. But in general, how do you find the Blueline videos on YouTube?
EJ Gold Guru. Here's
Sorry?
it's EJ Gold Guru is the name of the channel on YouTube. And I
Oh.
just pasted the link on the chat. So if you subscribe to it, you will receive notifications. And on your YouTube, when you open YouTube, it will show you the new videos from EJ.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Mhm.
Thanks, Jasmine, too. Thanks.
Yeah, the last two that he's put up about sculpting, and then apparently there's a whole bunch showing the sculptures and stuff. They're really good.
Okay, so it's again showing me the same problem.
Well, that's a great sign.
Actually, it was fixed and then.
Mm.
So basically, the entire setup that I showed you last time, in the middle of it, I created some R boxes at different heights. And then I created outside that entire domain, I created a few rooms connected in corridors, 5 or 6 of them, and I was trying to put different mantras in all of them. But this entire orb broke, and then it did get fixed, but I have opened up another orb in the meanwhile, and I was trying to work on that, and that also broke. Just try to load that. Yeah, so this is the other one that I was trying to work on. And I broke it because I tried to duplicate a domain. It's got nothing special, but it's just a broken orb.
But how do you get that lighting? I mean, is that, do you play around to get that kind of that brightness?
No, Grant, I think that's the default.
Okay.
A slim corridor, I wanted to make it longer, but no, and this is the second room that I created. And this was the room that I tried to duplicate, which turned out into a black room.
Mm.
Can we take a look at the map of that at the editor and
sure.
see what's up with that room? So domains, that looks good.
Hmm.
And it's supposed to be giving a background sound?
Yes. I had put it, but I think I removed those sounds also.
It looks
So I
like
put
it's
in those
there.
sounds.
Well, the domains all look good, right? I mean,
Look good, but this one is a duplicate of the first one. This.
oh,
Mm.
1 second, I don't remember if I have my mouse functioning or not. So this one is a duplicate of this one.
okay, and that's why it's slightly off to the side.
Yes.
Uh,
Why it's off to the side is because when I'm trying to get it on the grid, it's not fitting properly on the grid. So I need to either zoom it or reduce the size
right.
of the grid.
Yeah, I think Claude said if you back down to 64 and then fix it and then go back to 128, it should be okay. But it might be worth a try. But I still don't see how that would be not making it work. Can we look at your walls real quick?
Yes. So that's right. 0, -1,
Yeah.
0, -1, 0, -1, 0, -1. And the thing in between is 0 and 1.
Okay.
And that's 0, -1.
Okay. Okay, yeah. How about if we go up to the broken one? So 4
Yes.
-1, 4, 4.
Oh,
Ah, there's something.
yeah.
Okay. So that might have fixed something. Let's see what that little guy is.
Yeah, good spot.
3, 4. Okay. You're very brave using your mouse to get those. I would be terrified to do that. That's just what happens with me. Like all of a sudden it's like over at the other end of the screen and you're wondering what happened.
Okay, so but because when I try to scroll up and down, it just randomly selects walls.
Oh, okay. Two, yep. it might be good.
Should I check?
Sure. This is when I usually forget to load it and save it, and then I go back and I'm like, why is it not showing?
Yes, it has happened so many times. So it has fixed some part of it, as I can see. But the rest of
Oh,
it,
do we have a texture on those?
I wonder if it's just because that last wall is broken into 3 walls instead of just 1 wall.
yes, we can try to correct that.
Is there textures on the domain? Can we check the
Yeah, are there
domains?
textures there?
No.
That's exactly what happens.
Okay, so this is domain 0, the texture.
Uh-huh.
Domain 1, texture. Domain 2, domain 3, and domain 4.
Huh. That is really definitely saying Metal 64. How about if you just click in those again and try that one more time, adding those textures, and see if it remembers it better.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe I'll just go ahead and change the walls also. And should I do it with all of them?
Did the hallway look okay? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think yeah, just try that. See how it works.
Wow, that is so, wow, we should be able to figure this out though.
So basically, just don't use the duplicate domain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Right.
think that the fact that your lines are not aligned with the grid has to do
Okay.
with the problem, because
Okay.
everything else is looking, you know, so you should probably just erase that domain and redo it.
Right.
How about going to that last room and just zooming in really close to make sure that where the walls are, they actually do meet and we're not
Oh,
going to the walls.
upper left corner.
Yeah, it looks like it wasn't meeting, right?
Yeah.
Oh, the wall isn't meeting.
And going to the walls. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe just delete it and try it again.
Because see, this one is on the grid, right?
Yeah. Well,
You
you're
are
on
on
64.
64 now.
Yeah, you're on 64. So, I mean, it should. I think you're going to look better now.
No
Did
duplicate, no duplicate.
did you save and load?
Yeah, I did.
So you have
Sometimes
to-
I'm finding I have to exit out and then restart for the orb to show the changes for some reason,
yeah,
even if I save it. So you may, because it looked like it should have worked.
yeah.
We
But I
can
think
try,
Paula
we can try that.
has a point too. Sometimes
Well, I
it
think
just,
I'll just delete that domain because I duplicated it and realized the mistake.
So Claude basically said that the duplication function just doesn't work,
yeah, yeah,
basically, right?
Now, I'm
yeah.
not quite sure because this looks like I'll have to do it all over again because see, there's this wall here, extra wall here, and there's an
Uh-huh.
extra wall here. So
Huh.
I am confused if this is the duplicated domain or that one.
Teacher Fred's here. Maybe Fred can figure it out.
Oh, I
Well,
think I'll just do a refresh.
I think also the fact that the sound is, at one point, was the sound working?
Yes,
Was-
I removed the files, sound files.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
I
missed
was
that.
able to put sounds in 4 or 5 of them, and
Okay.
then that was in the other org, and
Okay.
then that all of a sudden had too many players in it. So, yeah,
Gotcha.
so okay, that's
Thank you.
thank you. I'll just skip.
Sorry, Fred.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Fred, you here?
Yeah, I just got here. My internet allowed me back into the world.
Fred,
All right.
we called Spectrum and they're gonna send a technician in 2 days. He'll be there. He has to catch a plane and get hooked up in LA.
What do you guys have?
He
Um,
might not even be able to hear us.
I practice sharing. Can I try sharing my
I think
screen?
around the Vermont area, Connecticut or whatever, right? I think.
Yeah, please, Kathleen.
Yeah.
I think I can finally do it right.
Okay.
So,
Just make sure you also share sound if you when
do
you're
you
sharing.
see it?
Wow.
Yes.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
So
That's
Alka
great.
and Paula helped me figure out things, but I don't know. I found those Claude videos that Alka told me. Those really help because it's step by step. Now, if I can get in,
My God.
Yeah, I got enough.
Yay.
and then I'll show you the map. How do I zoom out? Is it an X?
X, yes.
Yeah, X. Yeah.
So I try to learn about adding rooms and like turning backwards, which was complicated because then you still had to wrap around clockwise. But it seemed to all work finally. But now I would like to add sound, and I might have missed that lesson, or I'm not sure how to add sound in there.
I
Kelly,
think it'd be great if we could review that, if Fred wanted to review that with us.
Looks like Fred's dropped out again.
Oh, he's dropped out.
Has
This is
anybody,
what you
oh, well,
do.
Alka, you've been putting sound in.
Yeah, that's just you go to the domain and you put the sound that you want to. It's very simple, Kelly.
Oh, you go into domain.
You go
Yeah, and there
domain.
is the SND. That's the simpler way of putting it. Fred told us last time the difficult way of putting it is just to put it as an object, but the simple way is just go to the domain.
Okay, hold on. Domain. There we
There
are.
we are. Good.
Right, so you see this back sound.
Oh, okay.
Now, before you do anything with it, you'll have to go to your sound folder and pick a track from there, as in remember the name of that track and type it in.
Okay, so I have trouble with this, so I have to manually write them down, but that's where I'll put it.
Yes,
Right.
just write the
Okay.
name down
You
and
could
it's good
try
to go.
now if you want. You probably have in your face. So if you type there like IYF1 or 2 or I think it's that
IYF1.
Is that the name of those?
I
don't
can
know.
just check quickly.
Yeah, I think that's right. IYF1.
And then just give it a try. And that's if you want one room. If you want the general orb, all the orb to have a sound, you go to general. On the general tab, there's also a little thing that says back
Oh,
sound. And that
okay.
you will have, the whole orb will have sound. That's in like their back sound in the center.
Oh,
No.
nice.
There.
IYF14.
It's not on bot section. I don't know why you're pressing there. It's
Oh, sorry.
where it
Where
says
am I?
back sound.
I can't
middle.
see I can't see my screen too well. So
Is in the middle actually.
back effect, back.
No, it's a
Under
little
this long
down.
effort.
Back.
After the big space.
Oh, back
Go
sound.
down.
There
Yeah.
it is. It's just there.
It's
Okay.
hiding.
But for the whole orb will have that sound. And if you want a specific room, then you use what Alka told you. You select the domain that you want the music to be, and you type the same kind of thing.
So it was IF
Why?
Y1.
No,
No, excuse me, it's IYF.
Oh,
One,
IYF1.
4.
Interface 1. That's
Number
funny.
one.
Okay. That's a funny name.
You should go back and take that out of domain. Will it be a conflict?
Oh, maybe I should. Okay, just in case. That would make it confusing.
No,
So just,
that's, yeah, I was,
okay. Alt S, Alt L, Alt E. I don't hear any sounds.
can you go back and show us what you put? IYF14?
It might actually be IYF01.
Did I miss something here?
It might
you
be IYF01. That's the only.
01.
But when I did it under my domain. I didn't do it under the type. But you know, try that. It might work good.
I think you need to say that
The dog barking.
Sometimes I have to exit and restart it for some reason, like,
I'll just type the numbers in the chat.
but I'll play around with it. I'll try to figure that out, but that gives
Pick
me,
one, or
maybe just try IYF14 and see if that
on
works
this, either of
before
these
you
two.
head out.
okay.
Are you doing Alt S enter and then Alt L enter?
Alt
I'll
S.
say Alt E. Okay.
1, 4.
Yes.
Okay, enter, Alt S, enter, Alt L, enter, Alt E, enter. And that's the magic, but it didn't work. Okay. But sometimes when I exit and come back in, it works for some
Maybe it's
reason.
working. I think I hear something.
Oh.
No, maybe it's just me.
But it gives me a start anyways. I can try and figure that out.
Yeah,
Wait,
maybe
is it
try
your
Alt.
domain map?
Yeah,
Because
or
I'm
you
not sure about your building, like you may be behind some trolls. So if we look at the domains and see that everything is kind of in order.
I don't know if I have any L's in there like you guys were saying. Oops.
Kelly, you want to try 02 once?
Do I have an L? No, I don't. Oh, is this an, I don't know. Oh, this hallway.
The L is because if you go to domains,
Yeah, domain. Okay.
and then with your up and down arrows, you check the different domains to see if they are all like separated from each other.
Oh, okay.
So
I got
just
it.
go up and down.
No, that one. Go back.
Yeah, no, she was doing
had
fine.
a blip on there.
Go back. Further back. Yeah. Now this one. Yeah. Forward.
Yeah,
One
yeah. Well spotted.
Yeah.
What's this one? It's not right?
The white wall is facing the other domain.
Oh,
And
that's-
even the domain below that, go back, one domain down. Yeah, this one also, the wall is facing the other way around.
okay.
Yeah.
So I did that backwards.
So maybe for now you can try putting sound in just one domain.
Okay, a complete one. Oops, what have I gotten onto? So, oh, wait, this one. This room is okay.
So just remove that sound from general first.
Okay. Oops, how did I do that? General.
And now go back to domain.
Okay.
IYF 14.
Alt S, enter. Alt L. I don't know which room that is. I think it's this one. Hmm. But I find sometimes the sound doesn't work even in the orbs I buy. I don't know why.
Kathleen, can you press Alt S and see how your sound volume is? Oh, you're up. Okay. It's all the way up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hmm.
If she wasn't sharing sound in Zoom, would she still be able to hear it on her end or not?
I don't
Yeah.
know what all sounds
don't
you
know.
have in your
You
folder.
will.
Maybe you don't have those sounds. Just try with IYF02. I don't know. You'll have to check what sounds are there in the folder, and only if they're in the folder they'll play.
Right. Also, I have a headset and I'm not sure if that affects it.
Just try 02.
02. 2. Did I erase the F? In? Okay. Alt S, enter, Alt, enter. I think it's this room.
It's such a cool effect with that
This
wall
is really
texture
good.
ceiling. Wow.
I did it all green, but it was a lot of work to change all the walls like Alka had done, but then it got too much work and I just went back to red. But I have one orb that I tried to do all the walls green too, which is,
Nice.
but that's a lot of work because you got to name all the walls, each of them, and change them. But
And how
thank you.
do you achieve this effect of this gradient on the wall?
Oh, that's just a curtain. This is a curtain. So I want to pretend it was a wall,
This is all
but
one texture, is it?
yeah, it's just curtain texture. I think it's called curtain 01.
Awesome.
CURTN01.
Kathleen,
Yes.
can I save you a little work on changing everything?
Okay.
The colors, I mean, sorry, the colors.
Mm-hmm.
So go to your regions for a moment or your domains.
Domain.
All right, good. Does each domain have a name?
Oh no, I stopped naming. I
Well,
just
if you want to change, for example, if you want to change the whole orb, right? All the walls at the same time without naming every wall. There
yeah,
you
it was
go.
so much work.
Yeah, it's horrible. You're very good. All right, so here's a way to handle it. Go through each of your 13 domains right now and call them room 1.
Oh, that's a good trick. Okay. So where do I name them? Down here?
Down here, yeah, you already have this one is room 1. Leave it alone. It's good. Go
Okay.
to 0 and start there and call them room 1. Oh, they're all named room 1 because you call. Great.
Oh, okay.
You don't need to do any of this. Ready? So close out of
Oh,
this menu.
I do have a hall
Here you
one.
go. Well, if you want it to be different, leave it hall 1.
Okay. I think that was when I was still naming things back then. Okay. There
Good.
we go.
Yeah, it will copy the ID name if you do a new domain a certain way. All right, good.
Oh.
So go ahead and close. Oh, what? You have a bad. You have a bad wall here. You see it?
Oh.
You see?
Yeah, we discovered that early.
Yeah, it's not a big deal for now. If you want to, if I can just show you how to save yourself hours of fussy little efforts.
Okay. So what do I
So
do
just-
now?
Yeah, just close out of the editor here.
Alt S, Alt L, Alt E.
All right. So now bring up Alt F6. Go to region. It's deceptive. It's actually when you go in. Yeah, there you go. Now go to room, say room 1. Again, it's going to be slightly above where it normally is. There you go.
Oh, okay.
When it Alt D somehow oh, now you're in
Oops.
talk.
What have I done? Okay.
Yeah, that
Oh.
happens.
Region.
I may break out again from the internet, so I'll be quick here. So room 1, it's best to put it in caps. I found that sometimes causes me issues. Since the ID name is in caps, I found it's best to keep that continuous here. Now go to walls, use wall color, yes, change that. No,
Oops.
open it first, yeah.
Oops. I'm
Yeah, I
trying to
know,
click.
yeah, there you go.
Oh.
Almost. All right,
Okay.
cool. Now change it to the color you want.
I think I had a lot of more. I found it bright,
Yeah,
so I put in a lot of green. Okay, 44. I put 44.
sure. And go save now and let's see what happened. Good. Alt F6 to close it. Now,
Oh,
there you go. Except for this area here for some reason.
I might have
whatever.
named that room 2, maybe.
Yeah. But now you'll notice everything that is linked to ID name room 1 is green.
Oh, well, that saves a lot of time.
Yeah.
Thank
you. We learn by pain. Good. All right.
Okay, thank you, everybody. I'll exit here. Oh,
Thank you. That's
Very
We
beautiful,
should-
by the way.
We should fix her wall though, shouldn't we?
Oh, I think I know how.
Okay, good.
I'll go in and do it, and I'll give someone else a chance here.
Fred, while you're on, can I sneak a quick question? Can we change, can we use F6 on our boxes?
Yeah, just name them something.
Okay.
Our box, and then just like Kathleen did, where it's a region, right? It's not an object, it's not a wall, it's a region. So
Okay.
whatever you call the R box, you can then mess with it.
Okay. I tried it and I think I was just mucking up the name, so it didn't get it to work, but I'll try it again.
Yeah, I find that the engine and the way things work really show me how easy it is for me to like, okay, so the name of this sound file is X47372. Cool. And then I go and open up the engine. It was like X4.
What Todd mentioned today, that by the time you complete those numbers, that the person is asleep.
Yeah, even if I'm trying to make not be at random and have it like of eight character version of what it is, that there's some organization or logic, and it still doesn't. I'm I'm not happy with myself because of
Right.
this.
Yeah. Anybody else have any bugs they want us to troubleshoot? Or anything to show? Or any questions about Etsy or downloads or that kind
Well,
of
my
folders?
Etsy doesn't work. PayPal has stopped allowing payments to the US.
Okay, let's work on that. Let's see.
Yeah, let's get on the phone, Grant.
Oh, they just
Call
say
Mr. Etsy up and let's
there.
settle this for alcohol.
No, that they've been trying to fix it since past 1 month, 1.5 months.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I was excited that this morning it was that Claude and Barbara are gonna release some of the cool stuff that's, not been released.
Yes, and I was wondering how will I get it off Etsy?
Well, hopefully they'll have it fixed. They're only, it's only like 7 million users in India that, you'd think that they'd get somebody on this.
Yeah. Credit cards.
They don't work. Like,
Maybe tell Claude your situation and they can work something else out.
Yeah,
maybe.
There
they
you
can
go.
send them to
Yeah,
you.
they'll send them
That's
to you.
right on, Kevin. Right
Yeah.
on.
Well, I like, Grant, you were saying that in the orb you were working on, you were going to put a teleport. I would really like to see how you put in a teleport. Although I was here for the lesson, I haven't watched the video. I don't know if the video is still available. But I would really like to see that. That was before I was that far along, so to speak.
I would love a review of how to put in a teleport.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. My internet's going again. Sorry, wait.
Pick the wrong week.
All right, let's see what I can do. Hold on. Hold on, everyone.
help is on the way.
All right.
Help is on the way.
It's okay. I have stuff I want to show anyway, so. All right. One moment, please.
I think I have that Journey album for sale. Was that Journey? I don't know. I can't remember.
Little River Band.
Oh, wait,
Ah, yeah.
I heard that.
All right, here we go. Big screen, share the screen, share the sound, share the right screen. All right. So I'm going to show you this one that I used to save time, right?
Yeah.
So it's just a flag, right? A Gorby back when he was making Team Fortress imitation games, right? So I'm just going to, this is set for both an energy projectile and a touch from the character, from the avatar. So watch. All right, so that's what it does, right? Good. It's just so I don't have to walk all the corridors. So there's another one too. Boy, I don't even know. I was making, let's see what happens here. Oh, yeah, this one's this is not not anything yet. Oh no, now I can't get out of here. There's no exit. All right.
Look at those trees, man. Those
Yeah,
are
they're fun.
Awesome.
They're a model that I have. I'm sure these are the kinds of things we can ask Barbara and Claude to.
Whoa.
And they're just, they're just turned and colored slightly differently, so they don't and made different heights and widths and whatnot, so they don't look like the same three trees. But they're the same model.
Sculptures.
Yeah, they're the same. They're the same model, just distorted slightly differently with each one. And I want to put some sort of O sound on this TV set and microphone, but I haven't yet settled on what it would be.
Where did you get the tree model, Fred?
From previous lifetimes. 2008, back in another iteration of what we're doing now.
How did you get them? Was it a kit or something?
No, it was done differently back then. There was a group just like this one. We met Saturday mornings, except Claude was the
Right.
the instructor, and we
I
were,
remember.
yeah, all that. So here we go, right? It's an object. So here's the flag, right? That I showed you when we ran into it. Good.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
okay.
the flag, Jaswant, Grant, and others, the flag itself is an object. It's a flag, right? It's flag 01R. Cool. There's the texture or object texture here. Remember from last time, this is not the OTELE. This is just a switch. And remember my silly joke? When it's touched, it calls out 1002. This is important because 1002 could be 1000 different things you want to have happen, right? So 1002 is just a call in the void, in the wilderness. 1002. So somewhere outside the domain is something tagged with 1002. Let me see if I can find it quickly. Might not be quick. Oh, yeah. These are all these other things. All right. Oh, spot. OTELE. 1002. Good. So where did I put it? Let me hit the C. It's over here. I'm not very organized in where I place things in the void. Something I'm going to have to work on, or I'm going to really make.
That's where you got teleported to, correct?
No. This is the 1002. See? Tag 1002.
It's the instruction?
It's the tag. It's like tag your it. It's a connection between the touch of the object, which is a flag, looks like a flag, right? So when an energy ball or the character touches, the avatar touches the flag, which is named with an O tag switch or O tag SW, right? All that doesn't do a damn thing except call out into the wilderness. 1002. This little object wakes up, right? Because it's tagged 1002 here.
That's OTELE.
That's the OTELE. See up here in the effect parameter, in the
Yeah, the
effect.
little white dot is OTELE.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
Now white, actually, but yes. See? So you need to make two things.
I gotta concentrate.
One, you have to have an object that has an effect of O tag SW, right? And you need to tag it. O tag means it needs a tag. The practice of the community, EJ, Barbara, Claude, whoever, the practice of the creators of this software generally start their tags at 1001. It's probably good practice to copy that, but there's no other reason for starting with 1001 other than that's the way we're taught to do it. Good. 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. So each new effect that needs a tag needs a new number, right?
Yeah. Could I get you to go back to the flag object? Just
Sure.
I'm just taking a picture with my cell phone because I'm.
All right, here it is. See, effect, O tag SW.
Okay, got it.
Good. Tag, right? Tag. And then I have a tendency to name my objects so I can mess around with them, right? Flag. Good.
And that texture name is the object itself. That's what the object.
That's right. That's the flag that's waving gently in a wind that's gives the illusion of wind. All
What
right.
did you name the telly again? Sorry.
Hold on. That's a question that shows me you're not with us. So let's start over, right? So the flag in the first room is I mean, if I just, it would be a flag, that's it. But I add an effect to that flag, right? The flag has nothing to do with anything. It could be a cow. It could be a globe, could be the moon, right? Doesn't matter. The texture is chosen and the effect here at the top is not no name anymore. I want it to call out into the wilderness a number, a tag, O tag SW. And this tag connects it to the OTELE that I have here, right? So it's a two-step system, right? The O tag simply calls out 1002, and this object in the void doesn't have a texture. It doesn't need one. We're not seeing it. It's outside in the void. Right?
Nor an
It
ID
just-
name.
Nor an ID name, because it's just a switch, right?
Switch.
Good. So OTELE is the effect, and the tag is 1002, just like the O tag SW. Now, part auxiliary is important in this one, right? So for those of you who are taking pictures, Jazzy, here, auxiliary. I have two entries that one I need to have, and the other is optional. The sound is optional. Notice I have sound, and if you want to put a sound so that a sound is triggered along with the teleport, right? That goes in the 5th sound 5. And for me, it's just something I made ftele 01.
It's always sound 5?
Yep, right on. That's where you put the sound that is also triggered by the 1002. E, name E. This is just stuff you have to commit to memory. I don't know the logic of why it's 5 or why it's E, or what happens if I put stuff in number 4. Haven't done that yet, right? But to make sure it works, if you want a sound, it goes in sound 5. Now this is super important, because if it's going to teleport you somewhere, where's it going to teleport you? Right? Where is it going to teleport you? Right? I wish I hadn't chose this one. Oh no, this is me. This is going to be a little bit more complicated than it should be. All right. Name E generally is another domain. So like for Kathleen, it will be very difficult if she wants to teleport to room 1, because room 1 is like many, if not all of her domains, right? So where does she go? Right? So it's best for now to put here a domain,
Which
a
you've
domain
previously
ID
named.
name, which
Right.
is something you call it. I usually, the first room for me,
Gotcha.
I usually label start. Doesn't
Okay.
matter what, just or home. I don't know what EJ calls it. I haven't looked at that. It's probably a good thing to look at. Please ignore this and just consider it the name of a domain. This is actually a failed experiment that I got to fix. So I was
Fred,
working
even
with,
if you've-
go ahead,
Even
please.
if you've copied your domains to make more rooms from that original domain, if you go back and name them, that's good enough to separate them?
Yeah, it's just the ID name.
Okay.
That's it. So that would be the region or domain's ID name.
I have a question. So the object that you have there for OTELE is outside of your region. And in this case, if you're saying you are selecting a domain, so what is the object that we choose then? You know, like when we're in the effect and all those parameters, is an
Out
object
in-
that we place where? If it's going to be to our region.
Doesn't matter. So outside here in the domain, let me close this, hold on. So see Paula here, right
Yeah.
here? This is the OTELE. Notice it's in the void,
Mhm.
right? It's not in any room. And most of your switches, if I may use that word, right? O tag SW, and it's connecting to something. Those actions are generally placed outside of the domains in what the Institute refers to as the void, right? It's not in any domain. This is not a hard, fast rule though. This is why I'm trying to be very careful here, right? But just for the basics of making an OTELE, the object that has the effect O tag SW is in the room, of course, or in the domain, of course, because it has to be touched.
Yeah.
But it communicates with an object that has no texture, no name, as Hans saw. And this is just like an on-off switch, right? It's just like a little point in the void that says, oh, I'm going to send the avatar or the character or the player to domain, whatever is decided here.
Okay, so it doesn't even have to be in the domain, like outside of the domain that you chose. It can be anywhere around the
Could be
map.
anywhere, anywhere.
Cool,
And
thank
EJ has a very clear, but I don't understand what, but just know, I'm warning all of you, because I may, it is, when you get to this level, then it's going to be like, oh shit, where did I put all my O tags? And they're just scattered in the void, right? And it's like, oh man, I noticed EJ is super like organized about where he places his stuff in the void, right?
Yeah.
I'm not there yet. I'm going to regret that laziness at some point. So it might be good for each one of us to think about, well, where do I put these things, right? In the void. So they're not just like, if I teleport out here, you'll see that I'm not very smart this way, or I'm a bit lazy. I don't know what you would call it. But you can see that I have one here, two here, some over here that you can't see. There's two more over here. I might regret that.
Does he
Is
usually
this
have them
so
like
that it
all
doesn't
lined up
interfere
somewhere?
later?
So, sorry, Kevin first.
Does he usually have them like all lined up somewhere usually?
Yeah, they're very like, there's like a block of them,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I don't know if he has like a block of one thing here and a block of another thing there, or what his logic is. I don't know. But I know that he's obviously very clear about where these things in the void, these objects in the void are placed, not random.
Okay, so Fred, the P meter, is that the name of the location you go to?
Yeah. Yes.
So that's
But
the
for
name
you
you
guys-
made.
Yes. For
Okay.
you guys, sorry, for you guys, please put the domain ID name in that you want it to go to, right? Now, if you remember, I'm not gonna say anything. Is everything cool? Do you have questions to this point? And then I'm gonna explain something.
It's all good.
Well, there's three
Good.
elements to this, is there not, Fred, now?
There is, but the domain would be the third element, right? So the object that is effect O tag SW, step one. Step two, an object in the void, which is effect OTELE, right? With some auxiliary additions, right? And then if you want a third thing, it'll just be the domain itself that you're sending the character to.
That's
I guess
simple.
just one crazy question since it came up. Like, could you I guess you couldn't O tag to a R box, like basically jump onto an R box, teleport and jump onto an R box.
Yeah. This is part 3. If you guys are okay, I'll give a taste of what could be next, right? Remember when I showed you guys this and I made this like sort of winter landscape just to like as a test orb to show you stuff very simply, and then I had fun messing around with it.
Yeah, with
Right.
with the shop.
And
there,
remember when
yeah.
you exited the door, you went all the way to the center of the domain? Remember that?
Yep,
That kind of
yep.
blows the illusion, no? You'd
Right.
figure if you're teleporting outside through a door, you would be on the other side of the door. That would make sense, right? That's another step.
Okay.
That's another step. That's called O spot. We can maybe
Oh, okay.
look at that next time. So
Okay.
to teleport to a particular spot, rather than just like the geographic center of whatever domain you're sending yourself to, you need O spot. And
You
that's what P meter is, an O spot that I made.
So you can O spot a R box basically
You
eventually.
could. Or
A
no,
year
you
from
don't
now.
need to. Well, you could. No. it's actually, I think maybe Kevin, if you have the opportunity, since RBox is a domain, right? Maybe, I don't know, will you be teleported inside the RBox on top of it? It's a cool experiment. I haven't tried that.
Right.
But since it's a domain, if you just, whatever you've named the RBox, if you send the avatar, the player to that RBox, which has an ID name, maybe you're on top of it. Maybe you're in the middle of it. Maybe your engine, maybe the ore breaks. I don't know.
Right.
So O-spot is what happens. Good. That's when you can control the exact spot that you want the player to be teleported to. I don't mess around with that yet. I'm not, I mean, I did it because I wanted to know how to do it, but then like in my work, I'm like, I don't care. I'm not making anything really. I'm making stuff, but I'm not to the point where I need exactness. I'm not following some life altering game I'm making. I'm just learning.
Can I get for this? I'm gonna be a little rude. Can you show us your P meter?
Yeah. You're great. Yes, I can show you the P meter. It's a fail, right? I had it. Okay, I'll tell backstory before I show. Why is it called P meter? Because I was just fooling around with objects, right? And I'm like, oh, because half the objects I have from 2008 don't work in this engine, right? So I was going through like, oh, this one doesn't work either. Shit. Okay. This one doesn't work either. So I have a lot of models that don't load in this version of the engine, right? So one of the things I was like, oh, I'm going to use the parking meter. So I had an object of a parking meter, but the parking meter wouldn't show up. So in anyways, then I said, oh, I'm just going to do an O-spot, screw it, and not have any visual. It's just, it was just, so it's a part of an experiment that failed. Where is P meter? O-spot, there it is. See, O-spot. Let's go to the center. Here it is, right? In front of all the Buddhas. I was, I got rid of the texture because I was so frustrated because at this point in my work, most of the textures I had wouldn't load in the engine and would cause me trouble, right? So I ended up just taking away the texture. So it's invisible. It works great because what I really wanted to do was just copy Diablo, a waypoint, right? Land on a waypoint, right? Teleport, waypoint. I just wanted to, so I ended up just with a parking meter that wouldn't show up in the orb. So, right? But the idea was to copy Diablo just for the fun of it.
And the auxiliary says 0004.
You want to see what it is?
Please.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
errors.
there's nothing there.
Nothing. You don't need to worry about it.
Okay.
Just errors, traces of my mistakes.
So you removed the texture to a parking meter?
I removed the object, which is kind of a texture, you could say, yes. Just cut it, just at a certain point, right? It just said, I'm tired. I want to move on. I just want to know if it works without fussing about which object is there.
And that made it invisible.
Yeah, there's no texture, but it exists.
But it exists, yes.
There's just nothing to signify it in the reality you're building.
Right. So how do you know where it is?
I placed it right here.
No, but
It's
how
an
does the player
object,
know
you
where
can-
it is?
Sorry.
Well, he just lands on it.
I just land on it. That's it. It's just a place to play. It's just a spot that I tell the engine, the software to send me here.
Right,
Exactly.
two. Sorry.
Exactly. Not in the center, here.
Not
right?
the flag.
Yeah.
The end.
Yeah.
Cool.
And when you made that, you just went into the object screen and left clicked, and that was, yeah. Okay.
No, I'm like Kathleen. I can't do the objects with a left click. I have to go look at them and write them down. Like she was to what we're like, because my engine, my computer, the whatever doesn't. I mean, look, if I go here, I'll show you. It's always best to show because words suck. in these things. Look, look. Oh, maybe it's going to work. Like, here's the Buddha. Oh, so it's working now that I told you it doesn't work, right? So notice I hit MD2. So these are only models. These aren't textures. Ah, now it's starting not to work. Jail. So I could, from here, I could choose something. There's the flag, right? But it was so glitchy and weird that I just got into the habit of looking at my file explorer, my models, even if they're strange looking, and writing down the ones that I find interesting and then typing it in.
I'm sorry, I'm not sure that I think I lose some part, but the all spot is another alternative to be able to tag an object within a region where you want, as you were saying, specifically you want the avatar to show in this spot. So you set up all spot and you tag the same as the one with the OCW, whatever.
You
And
got it.
then in the auxiliary, do you have to do anything or not?
No,
Those two
no.
parts. Oh, great.
Those things were errors that you saw where when no name. When you write something into one of those boxes in the auxiliary and then you erase it, it doesn't go blank. If for whatever reason it leaves a residue called no name.
Okay.
So your OSPOC is working right now, or it's not working?
Oh yeah, it works. That's the one I used when I hit the flag, right?
Well,
Yeah.
no, I mean, okay.
And you
I
have
could
the
put in-
texture no name because you didn't want it to be seen. But if
That's
we
right.
wanted to be seen, the object, then it wouldn't affect the actual landing there. Okay, great. Thank you.
No.
So the
All
first
right.
teleport you explained to us is like 2 steps, but this with the O spot is 3.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So here, now back to the, well, do I save anything? I'm a little worried. Oh, what the heck? It doesn't matter. It's not important.
Yeah, maybe you can walk us through, and then
Right,
as you
so
go
here
up
we
to
go.
tell us what's about to happen. Like,
All right, so this flag is been marked. The effect for this flag is O tag SW, right?
Yeah.
So I can hit it with an energy ball. And when I hit it with the energy ball, 2 things are going to happen in the auxiliary, right? One is the sound, and the other is the place we're going. That's it, right? So here, let me show you a different one. That's a little less confusing. See, look, so long to walk all the hallways. Oh my gosh. Now you know why I built it. All right, so these are also O tag switches or O tag SWs. Red door, green door, right? So this red door is an object, a model of a door, right? Which has O tag SW associated with it. It too calls out into the wilderness. 1004, 1005, 1006. I don't know. I'm not writing them down yet, right? And that OTELE wakes up because its tag has been touched, and it says, "Oh, sound and domain," right? Cool.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah.
I go through,
Good.
so if I go through here, I'll just touch it with an energy ball. They're going to be a sound, and we're going to go into a new room, right? That's not connected to any of these hallways. Oh. What are you doing here?
Mr. Smith.
I don't have an exit from those rooms. I don't know what I'm doing yet. I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just making stuff and then maybe somehow it'll all fit together someday.
I love it. That was cool. That
Yeah.
reminded me of Team Fortress a little bit.
Yeah,
right
yeah. I
there.
was
Yeah.
like going through my models, like, okay, oh, one that works. Cool. So, yeah. So that texture, just so you know, I was like, I want question marks on my walls because I have this idea of what that room is supposed to do. And so I wanted question marks. So again, I encourage you to just go on the internet and I put question mark texture. There you go. The only thing I had to do in my graphics program was to change the 250 square to 256. That's all I changed, and it worked perfectly.
Okay, excellent. I have to go now. So thanks for that, and gives me a chance to try it out and test it and get it on my orb and tear out my hair.
Yeah, it's just lots of failures. I don't even have anything to show you guys. I wouldn't even know what's next because it's fail time. It's time to learn through failure, right?
Right.
Thank you.
Oh, Grant? You gone?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Where can we get the video of this?
Maybe just reply to the email Grant sent you and say, hey, send it to me.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I
So
like
just
to do
one
it.
more thing, really important. I think we should all get Blueline shirts, like blue shirts, and wear them to school.
And then we
every day.
wear them.
Yeah, there you
All
go.
the same,
Yeah.
Yeah. Wonderful.
or
Good.
cornholio shirts.
Great. Nice hanging out with you guys.